Let's be real for a second. The dynamic between Catherine Cat Richardson and Eva Thomas has always been the ultimate emotional roller coaster, but this latest development has my jaw permanently glued to the floor. We all know that Cat literally put her life on the line to save Eva. She went into that operating room, donated a piece of her own liver, and gave her half-sister a second chance at life. It was a beautiful, selfless act that had us all reaching for the tissues. But if you thought this heroic sacrifice was going to magically erase decades of resentment and turn these two into the perfect, loving siblings we see in fairy tales, you clearly haven't been watching this show long enough. The drama is heating up, and it all centers around Chelsea Hamilton's relentless ambition and a highly controversial live stream that is tearing this family apart all over again. It all started when Chelsea, who is always looking for the next big PR move, approached Kat with a pitch. Chelsea wanted to turn her massive platform into a community message about organ donation awareness. Now, on paper, this sounds like a fantastic, noble idea. But here's the kicker. Chelsea didn't just want to spread awareness. She wanted Kat to be the shiny, smiling spokesperson for the campaign. Kat, showing a surprising amount of maturity and boundary setting, firmly rejected the offer. She made it crystal clear that she fully supports the cause, but she absolutely refuses to be the face of it. And honestly, I am completely on Kat's side here. Can you believe Chelsea even asked her? Kat just went through a massive trauma. She survived a devastating tornado, found Eva bleeding out in a dark stairwell, wrestled with her own conscience, and underwent a major transplant surgery that nearly cost her her life due to severe complications. Kat wants to maintain her privacy and focus on her physical and emotional recovery. She doesn't want her literal physical sacrifice to be commodified into a neat little PR package for the Chelsea. But does Chelsea Hamilton ever take no for an answer? Absolutely not. This is where I get incredibly frustrated with Chelsea. Instead of respecting her cousin's boundaries and giving her the space she desperately needs, Chelsea immediately pivoted. Without missing a beat, she took the exact same campaign idea and handed it on a silver platter to Eva. And Eva, being the bright-eyed, optimistic girl that she is, didn't hesitate for a single second. Eva jumped at the opportunity, genuinely believing it was a brilliant idea to spread positivity and help others who might be waiting for life-saving organs. Eva's intentions might be pure, but the optics of this situation are an absolute nightmare. Fast forward to the day of the live stream. Kat is sitting there, scrolling through her phone, and she sees it. There's Eva sitting in front of the camera, basking in the glow of the ring light, talking to Chelsea's massive audience about organ donation. The sheer annoyance and burning jealousy that washed over Kat's face was palpable. It is a classic soap opera plot twist, and it is brilliant psychological storytelling. Many fans think Kat has no right to be mad because she is the one who turned the offer down, but I actually think her reaction is incredibly human and completely justified. Yes, Kat made the choice to step away. No one stole this opportunity from her. But seeing Eva sitting in the exact spot that was meant for her, that stings. It is the classic, I don't want the toy, but I don't want anyone else to play with it either mentality, amplified by a million degrees because we are talking about a life-altering surgery. I honestly cannot stop thinking about the psychological warfare happening in Kat's mind right now. The feeling of betrayal must be absolutely suffocating. Kat is realizing that her ultimate sacrifice, the literal piece of her liver that is currently keeping Eva alive, is being used by Chelsea as a tool to polish Eva's public image. Chelsea is essentially using Kat's trauma to turn Eva into a saintly, inspirational figure for the masses. How twisted is that? Kat gave up a part of her body, and Eva is getting all the public glory and adoration. It feels incredibly exploitative. Kat already struggles with feeling like Eva is the golden child who steals everyone's attention, and this live stream just validates every single one of Kat's deepest insecurities. What makes this entire situation so incredibly tragic is that Kat and Eva were actually making real, genuine progress. Just days before this live stream fiasco, we witnessed one of the most heartwarming moments in Beyond the Gates history. Kat actually swallowed her pride, walked into Eva's apartment, and initiated a sweet, vulnerable conversation. She went out of her way to thank Eva for the advice she gave regarding Tomas Navarro. Remember when Tomas completely humiliated Kat by rejecting her impulsive offer to move into her newly purchased luxury condo? Kat's ego was bruised, she felt emasculated by his traditional views, and she was spiraling. But Eva, instead of mocking her, actually gave her solid, sisterly advice. During that visit, Kat opened up about buying the condo, and Eva warmly congratulated. It was a beautiful, quiet moment of mutual respect. They were finally acting like real sisters. Kat even admitted that she was starting to see Eva as a friend. They were building a bridge over years of toxic rivalry. And you know who was probably the happiest person on the planet about this newly formed bond? Ted Richardson. Poor, exhausted, perpetually stressed out Ted. Let's take a moment to talk about this man because my heart absolutely breaks for him. Ted has been put through the emotional ringer. He sat by two different hospital beds, terrified that he was going to lose both of his daughters. He had to deal with Leslie Thomas's unhinged, aggressive antics in the waiting room. He finally confesses love to Shanice Johnson and is trying to build a healthy, stable life. When Ted found out that Kat voluntarily went to visit Eva at her apartment to thank her, he must have been absolutely thrilled. I can just picture the relief washing over him, thinking that his family was finally healing. He probably thought the worst was behind them. But now, this live stream disaster has completely shattered that fragile peace. The jealousy and betrayal that Kat is feeling right now are toxic, and they are going to poison the waters between these two sisters all over again. Ted is going to be thrust right back into the middle of a vicious sibling rivalry, and I honestly don't know how much more this man can take before he completely snaps. He is going to be so stressed out watching his daughters clash over this campaign. He will likely try to play peacemaker, but how do you mediate a conflict where one daughter feels her physical sacrifice is being exploited for the other daughter's fame? It is a lose-lose situation for Ted. Let's dissect Chelsea's role in this because she is the true mastermind behind this mess. Is Chelsea genuinely just trying to do a good deed for the community, or is she a ruthless PR shark who knows exactly what she is doing? I am leaning heavily towards the latter. Chelsea knows exactly how fragile Kat's ego is right now. She knows Kat is reeling from the Tomas rejection. She knows the history of bad blood between Kat and Eva. By pivoting to Eva, the second Kat said no, Chelsea proved that she values the brand's optics over her cousin's emotional well-being. Chelsea is exploiting a family trauma for clicks and engagement, and it is gross. She might wrap it up in a pretty bow of organ donation awareness, but at the end of the day, she is using Eva to boost the Chelsea Cat brand, completely disregarding how this would make Kat feel. And what about Eva? Is she entirely innocent in this? Some viewers think Eva is just a sweet, naive girl who wants to spread a positive message. But I have to wonder if there isn't a tiny, subconscious part of Eva that enjoys taking Kat's spot. Eva has always been the outsider, the secret daughter who was hidden away while Kat lived the glamorous life of a legacy child. Now, Eva is the one in the spotlight. She is the one getting the praise, the attention, and the platform. Even if she isn't doing it maliciously, she has to know that stepping into a role that was originally offered to Kat is going to ruffle some feathers. Eva's willingness to jump into the limelight so quickly after Kat saved her life shows a slight lack of self-awareness. She should have paused and considered how Kat would perceive this move. The timing of this conflict is also a massive factor. Kat is currently dealing with the fallout of her relationship with Tomas. She impulsively bought that luxury condo out of guilt for rejecting his public marriage proposal, hoping it would. Instead, Tomas refused to be a kept man, leaving Kat feeling rejected and insecure. Her confidence is at an all-time low. She feels like she is losing control of her narrative. So when she opens her phone and sees Eva, the girl who used to sleep with her ex-boyfriend, the girl who constantly challenges her place in the family, thriving and glowing on a live stream, it is the ultimate trigger. It is a visual representation of Eva taking over Kat's life. I predict this is going to lead to an explosive confrontation of epic proportions. Kat is not the type of woman to sit back and suffer in silence. She is a Dupree Richardson, and she has a fiery temper. The second she gets Chelsea and Eva in a room together, she's going to unleash a hurricane of rage. She is going to accuse Chelsea of exploiting her surgery, and she is going to accuse Eva of being an opportunistic spotlight stealer. All that beautiful progress they made, the sweet moments in the apartment, the bonding over Tomas, it is all going to be incinerated in a matter of seconds. We are heading straight for a cliffhanger that will leave this family fractured beyond repair. This storyline is absolute soap opera perfection because there are no clear villains, just deeply flawed, traumatized humans making messy decisions. You can understand Kat's desperate need for privacy and her subsequent jealousy. You can understand Eva's desire to turn a near-death experience into a positive message. And you can even understand Chelsea's cutthroat business mindset, even if it is morally bankrupt. But when these three motivations collide, it creates a spectacular explosion of drama. I want to know what you guys think. Are you Team Kat on this one? Does she have every right to feel betrayed that her liver sacrifice is being used to polish Eva's image? Or are you Team Eva, believing that Kat gave up her right to complain the second she turned down Chelsea's offer? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button for more daily Beyond the Gates breakdowns, and I will see you all next time for more shocking twists and turns.